what it is about community members and the culture of Montana that you feel could help heal a divided nation.
I love this question. Okay, so I've been to over 80 countries and I've been to almost every state in this country. And I do leadership development nationally and internationally. So I get a
Mhm.
lot of like culture,
Yep.
understanding. I'm in counterintelligence and human intelligence. So literally our job is to read culture and right.
Hmm.
But Montana has this really unique mixture of values. So it's community, um, common sense, hard work, family freedom. And I mean, those sound like, okay, Alani,
Right.
like most places have that. No, no, no. In Montana, if you like, it snows here 8 months out of the year, but not this past year because global warming.
Sure.
But normally when if you like get into a snow ditch or something like that, the first car that passes will stop every time. Um,
Amazing.
People wave like when you're driving, like people will
Hmm.
wave at you on the side roads. It's like mandatory. We were 10 minutes into town pulling luggage out of our car, and our neighbor comes over and is like, "Hey, welcome. I brought you guys some beers." And we're like, "What is happening?" Like, this is amazing. Because if you look at the history of Montana, when folks migrated over, all you had was that community. So if your
Yeah.
fence breaks, if you get sick, and it's a very heavy agriculture community, right? Like you have to depend on each other and you can't let something as stupid as politics get in the way of that. So that's already
Hmm.
built into the culture. The other thing is common sense. Oh my gosh. It drives me nuts how pundits nationally are like, Montana's red. I'm like, y'all clearly have not been here because
Hmm.
Montana's a very purple state. In Montana, it's one of two states where you can buy weed legally and open carry a weapon without a permit.
Wow.
Montanans are like, I want my weed, I want my guns, and leave me alone. That's
Yeah.
how Montanans are. They're very much live and let live. And so when I talk to people around the state, and if you're born and raised here, you don't know how special that is, but I'm an investigator, so I bring evidence, right? I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no, Montana's special. Um, Last year, Montana made national headlines because they had bipartisan opposition to the sale of public lands via the Big Beautiful Bill.
Hmm.
Um, we also have the Nasty Nine in the state legislature. So it's these nine Republican legislators that crossed the aisle to ensure that there was like rural health care in place and like hospitals weren't shutting down and stuff. We also have the Montana Plan, which is the plan to get dark money out of politics. Hawaii just passed their own law, but I want to be clear. Montana originated the idea. It's just we have to get signatures, get it on the
Yep.
November ballot, right? But I showcase that as like that bipartisan support. You don't find it on this level anywhere else in the country.
Right.
And so when I tell like locals or otherwise that, people are like, "Oh, wow, you're right," And I'm like, "No, like and this is what DC needs. DC needs more common sense
Yeah, what
legislation."
a great model for the federal government,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, exactly. And so my thing is I'm not particularly good at anything. What I am good at is creating the right spaces for the experts to come in, and then I cut through government bureaucratic red tape.
Hmm.
And so the goal is to just get to office so we can bring the experts with us so they can advise and do these common sense things that they're
Yeah.
already doing. And so Montana's a really, really special place. And my hope is through the campaign that we reflect back to the people the real power that they have.
Love that.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Alani.